Hello and welcome to Tiny Table Talk for The Challenge All-Stars Episode 9, the final episode of the main season of The Challenge All-Stars before heading into the reunion. And just like I mentioned in my Thursday's review and recap of the episode, this Tiny Table Talk is like a comment extravaganza. I took a good chunk of comments from my Thursday's review and recap comment section, and I'm going to read, reply, and answer any questions, and we're just going to let that roll through the whole episode. So, without further ado, let's start off from a comment from Vicky who says, I think this season was everything I wanted to see and it delivered. I haven't been enjoying the last couple of seasons, so this was very refreshing to watch. I really wanted Darrell to win because I think he is due to win, but I'm happy to have met Yes and seeing him win. He played a really good game. I'm so surprised by Janae. She did amazing, and Kellyanne was a beast. Her best was the Ruins, so I'm not surprised she did good. Overall, a huge congratulations to Mark. The idea to put all this together was a success, and I hope we get more All-Stars. I couldn't have said it better myself, Vicky. I mean, you hit every single nail on the head. There actually has been some calls going out to people to get them to possibly be on the next season of All-Stars already. So it looks like there is a confirmed second season, which I'm very excited about, and I can't wait for it. I don't know when it's going to be coming, but they are sending out some phone calls as we speak. So I'm very excited to see what season 2 could hold. The next comment comes from Jorge, who says, I loved this season. This was everything I wanted and more. This season reminded me of why I loved this reality show so much. Darrell's commentary in the eating portion was my fave parts, as well as TJ on a horse. Darrell's commentary throughout this season has been so top-notch. It was also Janae's expressions when Alton was speaking about the food. Also, Yes is so smart. I believe he won because he strategized the whole thing. If he had not won that last race, Darrell would have won. Taking the clothes off really worked for him. I'm proud of all the players. They all did amazing. I'm glad nobody quit, and that Big Easy was kind to Jem and Anissa. Overall, best season I have seen in a long time. Completely agree. I think Yes definitely won because he strategized the whole thing. We saw that in Checkpoint 1 where he waited until Jemmye was done to get a check himself, so that way they would be partnered up in the kayaking portion, up to Checkpoint 5 where he was taking all of his clothes off so he wouldn't overheat, and him passing up everybody. He really killed these finals, and I think if he were to come back, he's definitely going to be looked at as a very big threat, but he absolutely crushed these finals. Maya says, oh my gosh, I love Top Chef and Restaurant Wars. Yes, especially this season of Top Chef has been absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Haley comments, I still can't get over how great Janae was. I was so impressed and she absolutely killed it. Janae was bringing me to tears a little bit with talking about her family and everything that's happened so far since the pandemic, and her husband had been furloughed off his job, and now she's coming in here and giving it all she's got, never gonna give up, and trying to slay these finals, trying to bring home some money, and I think she did a lot of people proud, and I'm very proud of Janae and happy she was on the season and happy that we got to see her kill it in these finals. Kiara comments, I wanted Darrell to win so bad, but not going to lie, I was very happy with Yes winning. It felt rightfully deserved. He kicked butt the entire episode and was such a respectful partner to every female. In my opinion, I was really rooting for Darrell, but happy to see Yes because he absolutely deserves it. He killed these finals. The next comment comes from Cavity, who says, the only that I like was a female winner, but I'm still happy Yes won by himself. I saw a lot of comments in my Thursday's review and recap talking about how they wish that there was a men and women's winner at the end. I think that would have been a lot more fair, 250, and have the best men and then the best woman winner. The next comment comes from Logan, who says, I wonder who the female winner would have been since Kellyanne and Janae tied. I think Janae could have been a challenge champ if there was a girl champ. That's a very interesting point. I don't know exactly what the tiebreaker would have been. It could have been the possible last leg, whoever finished the last leg first between the two would have gotten the money, which would have been Kellyanne, or it could have been like the time over the accumulative final, and when they stopped their time, who had the shortest amount of time could have won. Or it could have been whoever had the most first place finishes at the checkpoints. I could see all those possibilities being the ones that could figure out the tiebreaker between the two. Christopher says, if they did an All-Star 2, who would you want to be in the cast list? I was actually don't want to go too much into this question because I was thinking about making a video about the Challenge All-Stars 2 fantasy cast. But if the first names that always come to mind is like Landon and Evelyn, I think those two would be awesome to have on a Challenge All-Star. We haven't seen them in forever on the Challenge, and I think it would be awesome to have them. The next comment comes from Lionel, who says, man, this challenge was a throwback. I remember Yes Road Rules season back in '99 when I was in high school. Happy he won. Also, it was good to see Alton back again. Alton was always my favorite competitor back in the day. Hoping they both come back for another season and hoping we get some others like Landon, Emily, Brad, Coral, and Dan Renzi. I agree. It was awesome to see everybody come back who was on this season's cast list. I do think that I would like to see a good majority of them back, but I would like to see a good handful or more who we haven't seen from season 1 coming back. And yeah, definitely Landon is on the top of my list of people I would like to see back on the challenge and in All-Stars. The next comment comes from M, who says, this might be my favorite season ever. Big claim, but I feel like it's very much a really good season. I really hope they have an All-Stars 2. Definitely going to be an All-Stars 2. Final was by far the best in years to me. Daily and Elims were pretty good. Cast was exceptional. The editing and soundtrack choices was absolutely fire as well. Awesome season, 10 out of 10. Oh, and I hope Yes is on more seasons. Loved his energy all season. Agree across the board. 1,000% agree with this comment right here, M. You hit the nail on the head. Claudia P89 says, I could watch TJ on that horse all day. It was hilarious. It was awesome. I don't think anybody, including myself, was thinking that TJ was going to arrive, firstly, on a horse, and then that horse was just going to be like all over the place. That was just really, really funny, especially when he was like talking crap like, yeah, I got this, and then it just started moving. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Jordan says, TJ was serving Argentinian gancho realness. That is the typical dress of the country. TJ was slaying that outfit. The next comment comes from Marcus Stevenson, who says, I'm sad that Darrell didn't win, but Yes was a beast with those hiking sticks. And then Darrell's commentary about like, this is Yes just coming with me with his 2 giant sticks. Also, can we give it up to Jonna for coming in third for her first final ever and Kellyanne making an impressive comeback. Jonna is the unsung hero this season, and I hope that everyone in the final comes back for All-Stars 2. Yes, manifest it, believe in it. I think they all deserve a call back, especially making it to the finals in the first season. Echo says, not gonna lie, I got kind of emotional watching this final. I'm right there with you. I wanted so many of them to win, and I'm so proud of all of them. I think this is one of the first finals where I wasn't really rooting against anybody. I was feeling like everyone deserved the win if they did win. The next comment comes from XNatX, who says, I'm so glad Yes won. He proved he's such a good competitor. He came in with barely any connections and made it through without going into an elimination with that last speech of his being effective. But he proved how good he was in the finals. We know he's good with puzzles, but we saw him be a good partner for anyone, unlike certain people in Double Agents. He came out That's some dirty shade right there. He came out first overall for the eating and endurance running. Like, I'm impressed. I think seeing Yes come in, and I think, yes, him not having a ton of connections, but being able to use his social game and make those connections along the way, and then him reinforcing his connections and bonds in that final speech to help keep him out of the final elimination really worked out well for him. And yeah, once he got to the finals, he was laser focused. He was like a Terminator, and he was not going to stop. It was really, really impressive. Isaac says, Jonna was the real MVP of the finals. She showed so much heart and never gave up. I was rooting for Darrell to win and gutted he didn't. Hopefully he comes back for the next season. Congrats to Yes, who played hell of a smart game all the way through and won. Honestly, All-Stars 2, Darrell, Yes, and Jonna should be the first people they call to bring back onto a season 2. I mean, they deserve it. Edwin comments, I feel like I was one of the few people who wanted Yes to win from the beginning. I'm really happy I could see him on the challenge again. I hope he comes back for more. I was mad at Alton for saying he was being fake supportive. He wasn't. I also found Ruthie's comment about the food hilarious. I'm Mexican, I eat tongue, tripe, and head tacos all the time. I think Alton was just done. I mean, once you get into like you're not sleeping very well, you're not eating, you're tired, you're exhausted, any little thing will just annoy the crap out of you. So I think he was just tired of everything by that point in the finals when it came down to the sleeping portion. You know, when I get too hungry or I don't sleep enough, I can get annoyed at little things very easily. So I feel like he was just like super annoyed at the time, and I think it's understandable. I mean, everything that they went through in the day, they're just all super exhausted, tired, probably hungry, not feeling the greatest, and then it's just like any little thing is just getting annoying to you. Rel comments, Jemmye literally is afraid of ketchup, so I was always wondering how she would do in an eating leg of the race, but she still did way better than I thought. From jump, she may have wanted to quit, but she really did great this season. She did really great. She played a very political, social game that got her very far into the season, and yeah, she didn't quit. Nisa comments, I have a serious question. What happens if they have to take a crap or pee during the final? I feel like they never talk about this. I think you just go. And we've seen this happen in like X's 2 when Sarah was feeling sick. She went into the bushes and took a major dump. And then the same thing happened in X's 2 where Leroy and Teresa were at the sleeping portion of the final and they had to both stand in the circle next to the fire, or they both had to go lay down. Once they got there and they were just standing in the circle, Leroy just turned around and peed. So I think you just do it whenever nature calls. You just do it wherever you're at. But they don't really show that a whole lot in the finals, and you know what? It's rightfully so. It's the same reason why they don't show it a lot in Survivor either. I think they just do it, but it's kind of like assumed that they just do it anywhere. David asks, who are your top 3 male and females from this season you want to see back in the future? Top 3 males, I would have to say is Derek, Darrell, and yes, I also think that Laterian definitely should get a call back because he really showed up this season, and I feel like it's a shame that he didn't get to make it to the finals because he was playing a lights out game, and I think if he made it to the finals, he would have been really tough to beat. My top 3 females, I would have to say, are Kellyanne, Jonna, Ruthie, but also Kendall for the same reason of Laterian. She played a killer game, and I do feel like she deserves a comeback for the next season of All-Stars and make it to the finals, which I feel like she rightly deserves to make it into the finals. The next comment comes from Kylie, who says, I'm completely happy, yes won. I'm very proud of the entire cast for keeping everything respectful. It was amazing to see. I'm going to truly miss the show. It reminded me of why I became a fan since the early 2000s. Completely agree. I'm going to miss it. I mean, just knowing that we only have one more episode, and that is the reunion, and then we're completely in the challenge off season. No main season, no All-Stars. It's really going to I feel like going to be a shock to the system to not have a challenge to be watching on a weekly basis because we've had the challenge for almost like 26 weeks in a row, which is incredible. And it's just sad that we're not going to have that now. The next comment comes from Zen10, who says, I'm not sick, but I'm not well, and I'm so hot because I'm in hell. I cannot talk about the soundtrack to this show. Well timed, per usual. I'm so happy, yes won. They definitely should have seen him as a huge threat. I would have been equally happy for Darrell because he's my guy. The MVP had to have been Jonna. The biggest disappointment for me was Alton. I love the show, love the cast, love the music. I'm more looking forward to a season 2 than I am for the regular season. Yeah, the soundtrack through not only the finals, but the whole season has been amazing. I actually found the soundtrack to the Spotify channel for all the songs that they used in Challenge All-Stars, and I've just been using it on repeat after watching the episodes. I'm like, man, I have to go listen. The next comment comes from Bindi, who says, you know, the last couple finals challenges, someone always quits. So it was so great to see a tough final where no one quits, and I loved it. Yeah, I agree. I think especially from last season, Double Agents, where we had so many people leave either through injury or quitting or just wanting to go. Even though it was tough in the finals, nobody gave up, and it was just really awesome to see. Docs Pops Reviews says, also, I do think second and third place should have received a little something, somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000. I wish that was too. I mean, we brought the lifesaver back. We brought a lot of things from past history of the challenge. I really think that there could have been like a little something for first, second, and third, just so that the top players could have all left with something in their pockets. Jules comments, I loved this finale. Seriously, so much better than the several challenge finals. I completely agree. Darrell and Yes were my number ones from day one of this season, so I was thrilled with the results. Also, John A and Kellyanne are badasses. Yes, yes, and yes. Lovable Nikki says, once again, shout out to the best Road Rules season ever, Semester at Sea. I have always loved Yes. I was super excited to see him and glad he won. Yeah, shout out to Semester at Sea, giving us Veronica, Yes, some really strong mainstayers in the challenge and challenge champs right there. The next comment comes from Alexia Gomez Music. I'm not that upset that it wasn't so cutthroat. It was a lot different variations of challenges. I just wonder if an All-Star Season 2 will be a little more intense. This is my thought process as well, because I was thinking like Season 1, everyone's kind of like kumbaya. Yeah, they did get down and dirty with some of the gameplay, but it wasn't as dirty as, say, some of the earlier seasons of the challenge. And to me, I think like this could be like an inaugural season where it's just like everybody's just excited to be there, wanting to compete, do their very best. And we saw that in the finals where everybody was like cheering each other on and wanting to help each other. And I wonder if majority of these players came back for another season, would they feel different? Would they feel like, okay, we got that out of the way. I was happy to see all the people that I hadn't seen in forever, but now I just saw them not too long ago on All Stars 1. Now I'm happy for Yes for winning, but now it's my time, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to the finals and to win. So I almost feel like if we do see more of these players come back, that it might be a little bit more intense. And the final comment comes from Juliana, says, this season was by far the best in years. Excellent cast, episodes, and a baller final with a winner who absolutely deserved it. Proud of Easy and Jemmye for not quitting. I was hoping all season Yes would win, and he just was fantastic. I wanted to end on a very positive note, and can I just say, 100% agree with you. This season has been phenomenal, but alas, it is over. What'd you think about this final? What'd you think about this season? And who are you hoping to see in All-Stars 2? Let me know that in the comment section below. Are you excited for the reunion? I'm happy to see that it's a studio reunion. I thought it was all going to be on Zoom, kind of like how the Aftermath episodes are, but I'm happy that it's in studio. But what are you expecting for All-Stars 2? Who are you hoping that they reach out to, and who are you hoping to see come back? Let me know that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really, really soon with more Challenge All-Star content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.